Hello and welcome to Talking GTA Episode 9. I am your host Hugo 1 and this is a podcast about all things Grand Theft Auto related. So here we are in the end of October. October is a very important month in the world of Grand Theft Auto. A lot of releases have happened in the month of October. Lots of stuff happening in GTA Online related to Halloween. And then all kinds of rumors and things swirling about what's to come from Rockstar currently. But first, before we get into all that, I want to remind you that you can call or email and talk about whatever you want to talk about on this show. The phone number is 1-818-691-5807. You can leave a message, I'll play it on the air, or you can email talkinggta69@gmail.com. And we'll read your email and discuss whatever topic you want to discuss GTA related. You can also send a voice message to talkinggta69@gmail.com and I'll play that if you can't call in. So first off, I want to get to some of the comments on YouTube from last week's episode. Last week we talked about Claude, whether he was originally meant to speak in GTA 3 or what the case was with his voice and stuff like that. And then a bunch of other topics that we had got into from the emails and phone calls and stuff. So here we go. First comment from AWatt Bacon. The Claude dilemma is such a big, confusing mess. Honestly, I think it's wholly possible that many things got sort of lost in translation over the years. Personally, I don't have any strong feelings on the situation, although it does remind me of something else I do have strong feelings about, and it's also related to that Q&A. 9/11 made almost no changes to GTA 3. I always see people say, and have had people argue with me about, that originally in GTA 3 planes were flyable even though they were always meant to be mostly grounded. You mentioned Darkle 2, in which many people think he was removed because of 9/11 due to all the sketchy terrorism stuff surrounding him. Although it's as simple as you put it, Rockstar pulled him out of the game because they just did. Also, if you didn't know, although I'm guessing you did, Claude Speed is also the name of the main protagonist from GTA 2. Also, what are Stacy's rates asking for a friend? I don't know. We'll discuss Stacy a little bit later, and then maybe you'll find out. But as far as the stuff you mentioned, yes, I think sometimes people often, I don't know, think things are deeper than they actually are, and they want to have some mega crazy reason or, create some urban legend surrounding these things instead of just going with the simplest explanation. And a lot of times, like you said with this Q&A, Rockstar answered some of these questions, but when people, bring up whatever they think about 9/11 or Darkle or whatever, and you say, well, here's Rockstar saying that what you just said isn't true, to the people that are making outrageous claims, they'll say, well, Rockstar's lying, or blah, 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 or whatever. And I just can't understand that. I don't understand that point of view of that Rockstar is just totally saying some shit because there's some real sketchy reason why some character was cut out of the game or why certain things are the way they are. It's just really not that deep half the time. But anyway, thank you for the comment, friend. Appreciate it. JPS says, I kind of wish someone would have asked why Claude couldn't speak in canon. I'm thinking some mob boss prior to San Andreas possibly clipped his tongue out like the assassin in Robin Hood Men in Tights. Yes, I agree. That would have been a good question to ask. And of course, here we are sitting all these years later without another opportunity to ask him these things. But yes, I agree. Knight Caleb says, I honestly used to think Claude didn't speak because when Catalina shot him in the beginning cutscene, he got shot in the throat. I thought so too. I don't know if that's because there's a picture or part of some time he has a bandage around his throat. But obviously with San Andreas, him not speaking in that and that being so many years prior to GTA 3, that doesn't make sense with the intro to Grand Theft Auto 3. But yeah, I had that thought too. I don't know where that comes from though. Thank you, Knight Caleb. Appreciate it. A lot of people mentioned that Watch Dogs had the advanced technology we were talking about possibly for the next GTA, like drones and QR codes and stuff like that. So that's cool. And of course, something doesn't have to be a completely original idea to be included or to be even featured as a main part of a GTA game. That's just something we're hoping will be different from GTA 5 to GTA 6. It just taking advantage of all kinds of new technology. It doesn't need to be just absolutely nothing but new technology, but, those things can play a part in it some way. That would be pretty cool. We could just set up a drone on something like, what was that mission? Eye in the Sky, which is so boring. But yeah, instead of a whole helicopter going up, we could just follow somebody with a drone or whatever. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, thank you for those comments. Appreciate it. Osaka Bancho says, I never understood the whole 3D and HD universe being separate. Why does it have to be that way? This isn't some sci-fi or fantasy shit, and since none of the timelines of the HD or 3D universe really conflict, why can't they exist? I think it's just an excuse because they can't get the voice actors from previous games to do their characters again for one reason or another. I agree. I think it's kind of like a cop-out way that they don't have to make sure everything lines up. So they kind of start from scratch, but still keep a lot of the same stuff in. The name of the city. Obviously, there's a Grove Street in multiple universes, and radio people can go across universes, and all these things that are like, well, that stuff is okay, but, the rest of this stuff, it's not the same universe or whatever. So, yeah, that is, I think it is just a easy way out. We also had a person on the YouTube comments. I was getting a little excited about some things. I want to read all of their comments because they left multiple ones, and their name is Gen C. Hello, Gen C, if you're listening this week. Gen C says, wake up, people. GTA 6 will never exist. Get over it. Rockstar doesn't give a shit about us. All they care about is GTA Online. So this guy knows for sure that GTA 6 will never be released, and it's all about GTA Online. And then he goes on to say about the Claude thing, get out of the car is a sound clip from a PED from GTA 2, so it's fake. That was discussed in the topic, in the part about where did this come from, all that. That was all discussed, fool. So you're not telling me nothing I didn't hear. He says, you hired a bot to read your emails. Are you talking about Stacy? That's totally disrespectful. You shouldn't say that. Don't call people bots. They don't like that. So be nice. He also said Claude killed Maria 100% or himself. So he killed Maria 100% or he possibly killed himself. What is the percentage on that? Since he killed Maria 100%, how did he have time to kill himself afterwards? Did he do both? But you put or. So what's the answer? I don't know. You're an interesting character, Gen C. Please comment some more if you hear this. Okay, so that's it for YouTube comments. Let's move on to the news of the week.
I done spent all my ducats on weed.
Okay, so recently the GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition got an update on October 18th. And people that play that game, and even people that don't, people that just pay attention to GTA stuff, were pretty excited to see what it was all about. And then all it was stability improvements across all three titles on all platforms, which is cool. That's fine, but that's not what people are looking for. People are looking for the major issues they have with the game to be fixed. That hasn't happened. We don't know if that is going to happen. Something that was interesting that did come out of this update, Javi on GTA forums, who's also an old friend of our little community here, he pointed out that stuff about Steam was added into the Trilogy DE, so a Steam release could be happening soon. That'll be good for those that waited. I know a lot of people had told me they were waiting for it to be on Steam before they bought it, so there you go. That could be coming soon. We're also still waiting on the mobile versions, which who knows when that'll happen. That, it got pushed back. Take-Two has a meeting, a shareholder meeting coming up in November, I think November 7th. And I imagine some of this stuff will get discussed, not full-on specifics, unless there are specifics, because between now and November 7th, if there is some announcement of GTA 6, some acknowledgement from Rockstar, then Take-Two can go into their meeting and say, hey, the future's bright. Look, Rockstar mentioned GTA 6. Look, it has 1 million likes on Twitter or whatever. So because of that meeting coming up, and of course, as I keep saying, October 29th being the 20th anniversary of GTA Vice City's original release, we could get something then. We may not. A lot of people were very convinced that October 21st or 22nd, sometime earlier this week, which was supposedly the 25th anniversary of the original GTA being released. People were sure that a trailer was going to drop on that date to celebrate the 25th anniversary, whatever. And a lot of people spread this news or rumor or whatever as if it were fact. Oh, guess what's coming? Do. And, got everybody whipped up into a frenzy and everybody was excited. And obviously this didn't point back to anything concrete. It was just a bunch of people guessing. And then, of course, the date comes and nothing happens. There's no trailer. And what was interesting about that was I saw some reaction from people saying Rockstar disappointed us again, got us all excited, and then nothing happened. But Rockstar never said a thing. They never said nothing like get ready for a trailer or whatever. So people start reading these things online, believing anything, and then being disappointed when they don't get some made up shit that was told to them. And then it turns out that whatever that date wasn't even the 25th anniversary of GTA to begin with. It's November 28th is the original release of the original GTA game on MS-DOS. So not that date means anything for this year, but I mean, if it is the 25th, I would guess that Rockstar would acknowledge it somehow. So, but be careful getting, worked up about, oh, this thing is definitely going to happen, because obviously we have no guarantee. That's how these things work. We get surprised by them usually. So, no dates. Don't bring the dates into it, and just hope for the best and be excited whenever you see it. So, as I was saying, October 29th is definitely going to be the release for the GTA 6 trailer. No, I'm kidding. October 29th is the 20th anniversary of Vice City, though, so that's exciting. Even if it's not, GTA 6 related, I'm sure Rockstar will acknowledge it in some way. They obviously acknowledged last year's Grand Theft Auto 3 20th anniversary by announcing the Definitive Edition. This year's Vice City 20th anniversary could be the announcement of, obviously, GTA 6, which would be great, or the Definitive Edition on Steam, or a mobile release date, or something along those lines. October 26th is the 18th anniversary of San Andreas, so not like a major milestone year or whatever. I don't know if Rockstar will say anything about that. But cool to acknowledge for us that our, San Andreas fans or whatever celebrated on that day and recognized, what a great moment in history that was. But so that's kind of what we're at. The 26th San Andreas, the 29th Vice City, GTA 3 just celebrated its 21st. November 28th is the 25th of the original GTA. So lots of crazy stuff to celebrate, maybe meaning something new. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But that's basically it as far as the news this week. And we're going to get right into the emails now.
These Santos bitches can't see me.
Okay, so last week, it was very exciting. We had Stacy in the studio. But she was actually suspended by HR because she sexually harassed me on the air. If you listened to the episode last week, you heard it. You were all witnesses. So, this week we have me. I'm going to read it. I'm going to read all the emails, and hopefully my voice doesn't go out. So here we go. All right. Mike the Nerd says, "Hey, Hugo. I wonder if the futuristic stuff from GTA Online, like the Doomsday Heist or the Oppressor MK2, will be mentioned in GTA 6, since it's the same universe, or will Rockstar forget that futuristic stuff ever happened? Anyways, thanks for answering my question. I hope you have an awesome day." Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. I am also curious to know what they'll do. I think, if I had to guess, I would say none of that stuff will have any appearance or impact on single-player storyline, or even co-op storyline. Just the regular storyline of the game. I don't think any of that stuff will exist. Once they get online up and running over there, I imagine that there will be some eventual release of the Oppressor or whatever, and everybody will get very excited about that, and they'll sell lots of shark cards, and it'll be quite the moment. But yeah, I don't think that will be something that Jason and Lucia deal with it all. But that's just my guess. Thank you for the email, though, friend. Appreciate it. All right, next email. Hey, Hugo, I'm a female viewer. I wanted to drop my take on a relatively off-topic idea. I was thinking, what if GTA 3, GTA San Andreas, and Vice City were brought back in GTA 6? Hear me out. What if they brought GTA 3, San Andreas, Vice City, and even some more spin-off games, like the Stories games, to GTA 6 as in-game games? I feel like this would bring back all the old games and sort of introduce them into the modern games in a more meta way. Maybe you can't play them, but you can watch NPCs play it, maybe on their phone or on a TV. Rockstar did this type of gag in GTA 5, where you can watch Jimmy playing a COD ripoff game on his TV, so I think maybe it would fit great. There are so many references to the prior games, but they are very vague because San Andreas and 5 are the same city and state, but they both look very, very different in layout and design, so it would make a lot of sense to say if San Andreas was seen in GTA 6 where it was considered a spin-off of San Andreas. That's pretty interesting, actually. I'd love to hear what you think about this. Also, I apologize if I didn't explain it well enough. English isn't my first language best. Chloe. Thank you, Chloe, for the email. Appreciate it. No, I think that's a pretty cool idea. For one, I would love it if it was playable. If there were, game consoles inside the characters' houses and you can jump online or you can jump on the console and play these games. I don't know if that would be possible, but that would be awesome if you could, or pull it up on your phone and play the mobile version. That would be pretty cool. If it isn't playable, then yeah, just kind of seeing people play it, having it exist in this universe as these things would be cool. And then your idea of how like GTA San Andreas could be like a fictionalized version of the San Andreas from GTA 5 to the people in Vice City or whatever, that would be cool as hell. I think that's a great idea. I'd never thought about that, and I think that's awesome. Hey, Rockstar, if you're listening, there you go. Check it out. All right, next one. All right, from Art. He says, hey, Hugo, apologize for the long rant and poor grammar. I was watching a YouTube video the other day about all the little details in Grand Theft Auto 4 that people miss. Did you know that sometimes a telephone pole repairman will spawn and will be strapped on top of the pole fixing it? That's insane and amazing to me that you can miss something like that. Really shows that Rockstar really values the little things to make a world look and feel believable and practical. It makes me wonder, where was this level of detail in Grand Theft Auto 5? Did they not care to put that level of detail in GTA 5 after GTA 4? It's just odd to me that GTA 4 and Red Dead Redemption 2 are the most detailed Rockstar games that they have ever made so far. Why did GTA 5 get a pass and Red Dead 2 didn't? The closest thing I've seen GTA 5 do in a detail sense is the fact cops will drag dead cops to safety behind a wall or cop car. In GTA 4, cops will literally set up snipers on buildings and spike traps, and even undercover cars will sometimes go after you. I think it's really insane the level of detail that is still being talked about in GTA 4. News cops from 4 will use real tactics like flanking and regrouping and stuff. None of that seems present in GTA 5. I guess my question is, do you hope for the level of detail in GTA 6? Now, let me be perfectly clear what I'm asking. I'm not saying, would you like to see the ludicrous level of detail like in Red Dead Redemption 2? I'm just referring to a level of detail in GTA 4. Here is an idea for a fun detail in GTA 6. Cops can talk to other NPCs while a firefight is going on and say to a civilian, which way did she go? And a civilian could say, she went in there. Or cops could give call-outs like suspect behind multiple civilians requesting SWAT. Or they could set up snipers like in GTA 4 and take you out from tall buildings. How do you feel about the lack of detail in 5 compared to 4? And do you want that level of detail in 6? Carbonized life form, agent from San Andreas plane mission. Thank you, Art. You evolved from shrews. I don't know. I didn't know that there was this much higher level of detail in GTA 4 compared to GTA 5. I know there's lots of little details in GTA 5, like I think if your gas tank is shot and your car leaks gas and you're in first person view, you can see the gas going down, the gauge going down. I think there's other little things here and there. I don't know them all. I didn't know any of that stuff you mentioned about 4, so maybe somebody will make a video about 5 about all the things we didn't notice. But as far as GTA 6 goes, I'm all for little details like that throughout the game, as long as it doesn't like take away from the fun factor. I'd rather not like be forced to stop and, observe some kind of whatever, something that doesn't matter, instead of just playing. If I can see it and it's kind of in the background, cool, but as long as I can, it doesn't interfere with the action, then I'm all for it. Thank you for the email, Art. Next one. Hey, Hugo, is it such a good idea for Nico to return? After Johnny's return in GTA 5 was nothing more than a case of the new protagonist Trevor killing the old protagonist Johnny, do you really want to see Nico die from suffocation when you, as Lucia, do a good job of using his face as a seat? The humor would work perfectly, though, Mr. Screen. Well, I don't know if, he needs to die, or if he does, then going out like that would be excellent. I would love to see that. That would be a good that would be a fun mission to play. You just suffocate him with your butt or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. I would like to see Nico return. I don't know if I want to see what you just mentioned. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Screen. Woods says, sup Hugo, just following up on the email last week about modern tech in the game. I love the idea of using a VR headset. They could potentially replace arcades. Maybe you visit your apartment and strap on the VR to play mini games. Could even do the Fallout 4 approach where you have discs hidden out in the world that unlock new games. If they were to go that route, what kinds of games experiences would you like to see? Besides getting virtual head, that is. Also, just wanted to give a quick shout out to Joshimus and his True 100% Plus series since he got name dropped last week. It genuinely reignited my love of San Andreas in a way I didn't think was possible. I love that idea of a master save where you do everything in the game that's possible to do before the first mission. The limitations on weapons, food, and save points create an almost survival aspect, and making my own master save was some of the most fun I've had in Grand Theft Auto. Thanks for the podcast and all the cool content. You spoil us too much. All the best, homie. Thank you, Woods. I think just having the option to do something like that, like a master save, like you mentioned, in these old games, just gives them different. It's a whole different experience when you go to replay them and stuff, and I love that about it. I think the Rockstar's focus nowadays is more story driven, and the story is most important. But back then I still love all the like extra stuff that goes on in the world and all the things you can do. So yeah, no, I understand exactly what you're talking about. But as far as like VR headset and what kind of games experiences, I would love to do something interactive with other players in the VR world. Maybe you could do we talked about earlier about futuristic stuff in GTA Online now, and I think there's like even like a Tron bike and weird modes like that, which make no sense in that world. But if you were in, GTA world and then you put on a VR headset, then anything's possible. Then they can put any game mode they want in there. You know what I mean? I guess they can do that now, but that would make it make sense, So it would be interesting to see what they could do. We could even just sit there and watch whatever, the possibilities are endless. So we shall see. Thank you, Woods. Appreciate it. All right, next email. Hey, Hugo, baby Liam here. I've tuned to some of your streams before, and I've always noticed how you supported and liked the GTA Definitive Edition regardless of its many bugs and flaws. I hope you wouldn't mind explaining why you like this version, and how were you not disappointed like everyone else in the GTA community? Well, first of all, everyone else in the GTA community wasn't disappointed. There was a very vocal group of people that were disappointed. But I've heard a lot of positive feedback, and even now, I forgot to mention that earlier, Vice City is currently on PS Plus, on some tier of that, whatever gives you free games on PS Plus, and I've already seen people say, I downloaded, I've been playing it, and I've enjoyed it very much. So here's the thing, I'm going to just quickly go through this. So what was the point of this? What was the point of the Definitive Edition? The point was to take these great games in this, 3D trilogy, this trilogy of games, and bring them to, modern platforms. So new PCs, the new gaming consoles, stuff like that. So it goes 16:9 and, better resolutions. the weapon wheel, which they didn't do a very good job of, but is the right idea, I think, heading in the right direction of how kind of we're used to using weapons now. So that was a good idea, poorly executed. The environment, everything looked cool. It looked HD. It looked bright and nice. Then checkpoint system obviously is helpful for new players. The fact that it's on the Nintendo Switch, so you have these games as a handheld option or just on a Nintendo console, which they weren't before. So there's all these things that it kind of gave us that weren't available before. And that's all it was. It wasn't expected to be some groundbreaking remake. I think what people often compare to remakes of other games, that was never the thing. It's not, Rockstar isn't having to lean on the past as that's all they have, so let's just, totally remake it, put it out, and people will love it again. It was just kind of like, here's the update for all the stuff. There it is. Whoever does it, Grove Street Games, whatever. Rockstar is still focused on, GTA Online, Red Dead, and of course GTA 6. So it was never supposed to be this mega remake. It was just what it was. And a lot of things were not done well, and hopefully there'll be time to update those since they are going to move forward with a Steam version, it seems, and mobile version eventually. So hopefully whatever is a major issue for people, that gets taken care of before the next kind of group of people get to enjoy it. But anyway, thank you for the email, friend. Appreciate it. All right, next email. Hey, Hugo, with the leaks appearing that one of the main protagonists being a female, do you think Rockstar is going to over-sexualize Lucia? Like in terms of the way we will be able to dress her with very little clothing, making that she got ass and titties have a lot of movement. Making a lot of sexual comments and motions towards other peds. Would you agree that over-sexualizing Lucia is a great way to capitalize on the market being majority of men? Do you think this is going to outrage the high-strung feminist and create anarchy? Hopefully you read this on the podcast. Your best friend, N-Line Derek. Thank you, N-Line Derek. Appreciate it. I don't think they'll over-sexualize her at all. I think they will make her be a strong woman who's just as strong as her male counterpart there, and then I think the gamers, the audience, myself included, will sexualize her very much. No, I won't. I wouldn't do that, but some other people will do that. They already have. So I think whatever happens, if whatever bounces or whatever, that's just the physics in the game, baby. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that Rockstar is going to do anything. It's not going to be made a joke of. I think they'll just have a strong female character and the men will love her. So there you go. Thank you for the email, friend. Appreciate it. All right, next email. I would like to get more info. It seems as Claude is still alive in the modern day since you can pick Claude as a father in GTA 5. And I just remember Nico and John Marston is also possible as a father. And Claude has a ped model, but there's no legs and feet and hands. I get it's an Easter egg, but how would they be our parents if they're probably dead? And John is definitely dead. How? Keep up the good work, Mang. P.S. This is Mexico. Get your Hot Wheels, Mang. Yes, I will. Thank you, Mexico. Appreciate it. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't really understand the parent thing in GTA Online and why the options for parents were who they were. I guess Claude, Misty, John Marston, whoever. I never got that really. And I don't know why Claude would be included, but CJ wouldn't or Versetti wouldn't. So I don't really understand that parent business at all and what it means for that world. So yeah, that would be something great we could ask in a Q&A now, but obviously, they're not doing any, so that is what it is. But thank you, friend, for the email. Appreciate it. All right, Gogito says, hey, Hugo, question. What do you prefer, GTA San Andreas with graphics mods or GTA San Andreas Definitive Edition? And can you make a 100% speedrun in GTA San Andreas with graphics mod? And thanks for answering all my questions. Big love, homie. Thank you, friend. Appreciate it. I did one graphics mod kind of playthrough back in the day, and it didn't, it wasn't a great experience. It just didn't, the performance wasn't there. Some things were a little weird that people complained about, but now I know that they'll complain about anything. So Yeah, I like Definitive Edition. I put a bunch of time into the Definitive Edition when it came out. There's a lot of things I don't like about it, and I hope will change, but I think like the environment, the world looks beautiful in those games, especially like Vice City, because in San Andreas they removed the like purple sky in the desert, which is like one of my favorite things about San Andreas, especially about being in the desert. But that's there in Vice City, and it looks excellent. So I wish they'd put that back in San Andreas. Hello, Rockstar, are you listening? Hello, do that, please. Thank you. Anyway, next one. Hello, Hugo. I'm loving the podcast, and I thank you for the endless hours of entertainment. You've inspired me to play all the main GTAs again, playing each normally, then with chaos, and then a honk boost playthrough. Now for the questions. Why don't you like GTA 4 as much as the others? Sure, the driving is a bit hard, but the story is incredible, and I love how the guns feel. And second, what kind of songs or genres of music are you hoping to hear in GTA 6? I love the soundtrack of San Andreas, and it definitely influenced my music taste. I was hoping they include more grunge or punk. Silverchair would be incredible in a GTA game. Would love to hear your thoughts. Yerda Mang Mang. Thank you, Aiden, for the email. Appreciate it. Good luck with your GTAs and Chaos and Honk Boost and all that. That sounds fun. GTA 4, when it came out, was such a change from the previous GTA game, which was San Andreas. I mean, it's such a change. I was just not expecting it to be like that. I loved San Andreas so much. I was very excited for the next GTA game. And then it was so different. So much felt different. The characters felt different. The driving felt different. It felt more like a dark, gloomy atmosphere. Just everything felt so depressing. Not as like funny and goofy as like the OG Lokes or even the Riders and Big Smokes right away in San Andreas. So obviously Roman, and then you have these other people that have the different personalities and stuff, but I just couldn't get into it. So I like it a lot more now, years later. But it's definitely different. It's definitely just such a different game. As far as music genres in GTA 6, if it's going to be in Vice City, I hope there's an 80s station. I would love for there to be, I like old music. So 80s station, a 90s station, a 2000 station, something like that would be great, Obviously they'll have, I expect, a ton of music, but I would like it possibly, I don't know if sorted by decade like that would be the best bet, but something that I didn't like in GTA 5 was when they added more songs to radio stations that already existed. I didn't think a lot of the songs fit. Like there was some like much harder rock that got added to Los Santos Rock Radio when it had more of a soft rock kind of feel prior to that, even with, Kenny Loggins as the DJ and stuff. So it just wasn't, it didn't fit the same. Obviously they can't just add brand new radio stations. The radio station wheel now for online, I guess, looks outrageous. I mean, there's so much going on, but, yeah, so, like you said, grunge or any of that 90s rock, Silverchair, stuff like that would be great. That's awesome. Thank you, friend, for the email. Appreciate it. All right, next email from Vincent. Hey, Hugo, hope you're doing good, Mang. Do you think that there will be a military base in GTA 6? Also, do you think there will be any more potential leaks in the future, or was it just a one-time thing? I smoke because it gives me knowledge, and them white boys have me on crystal meth. Thank you, friend, for the email. Appreciate it. Who knows what's going to happen with leaks? I'd imagine Rockstar is really locking stuff down now. Like if somebody doesn't already have it now, I doubt it's going to leak from this point forward. I could be wrong. Who knows? Obviously I didn't expect this leak to happen. So who knows? As far as a military base, I would like to see that. I think those always work well in GTA games. Some of my best memories of GTA Online was going and fucking around at the military base and trying to steal a tank or do this, that, or the other. So yeah, and plus I would miss out. I would miss it if there weren't tanks and jets and stuff like that, military type of vehicles. They got to come from somewhere, I guess. But who knows? I don't know much about Florida and if there's a military base there. Either way, I mean, it's fictional, so they can figure it out. But anyway, thank you for the email, friend. Appreciate it. All right. Hey, Hugo. I've tried playing GTA 4 a dozen times, but couldn't get into it because of the god-awful driving physics. Do you think the remaster that's been soft confirmed will change it? Kind of like how the definitive games were changed to control more like GTA 5 from Tyler. Thank you, Tyler. I have no idea. I don't think it's tough to say because weren't major changes with the trilogy. Vice City, the bikes are so much better in the definitive edition than in the original, in my opinion. Some people may like falling off the bike every 10 seconds, but I didn't. So I'm happy that changed for the better. It's tough to say. I feel like that is something that a lot of people love about GTA 4. Not myself, but a lot of people do. So I would imagine any kind of remaster would keep that basically the same. And the kind of movements and stuff, all that would be kind of the same. I don't think there would be a major change. So, but who knows? You never know. They could. Oh, and then people would be mad. They would be so mad. Like the GTA 4 lovers, they would not be happy about that at all. So, thank you for the email, friend. Appreciate it. All right, let's see. Next email, AO Hugo _1. What's up, boy? I wrote it that way to see how the guest reads it. Smiley face. I'm the reader today, so sorry to disappoint you. But anyway, I don't really have much to talk about. Just wanted to wish you well on the podcast. I love it. I've been watching since the beginning. I wasn't sure how to contact until now, so I did it. Yay. I don't have a phone and I can't use my voice, so I hope this is all right. Smile. Yes, it is. This is not the first time we have a female protagonist. There's one in a GTA game that is commonly overlooked, so I can understand why peeps think it's something new. Claude was never supposed to speak from what I know. That voice clip was added with all the other sound effects specifically for the trailer by a different team. They saw it fit there and used it. That's it. The protagonist would have so many lines recorded, and I think it's better we got one that just listens and does. Makes him unique in a way. I have many Tuileve quotes that I like, some in specific being, "You playing with me? Stop playing," and "I smoke because it gives me knowledge," and so many more. He's such a good character. I love his way of saying things. I know I said I don't have much to talk about and just wrote paragraphs, ... I didn't know this would happen. If you'd like me to send this as a comment instead, tell the guest to just read the first 3 paragraphs in the Tuileve one and tell me to resend the comment. Resend it as a comment. Smile. Have a good one. Signed, Squiggly Lines, Nanika. Thank you, friend. Appreciate it. No, this is fine. But yeah, the thing about Claude, whether he was supposed to speak or not, like one of the theories was that he would have little lines like "just get out of the car" and and wherever they came from, GTA 2 or whatever. And that was supposed to be in the game originally. I didn't think so. I agree with what you just said, that the sound effects department, somebody, when they were putting together the trailer, they put all that stuff on top of there. And that was never meant to be in the actual game, the playable game. So, but, there seemed to be a lot of confusion still, even after talking about this. A lot of the comments I got were like, as if they didn't hear half the shit I said. So I don't know. But anyway, thank you for the email, friend. Appreciate it. All right, last one. Hey, Hugo, C-dubs again. Not to beat a dead horse with a bat or anything, but the leaks for GTA 6 got me super hyped. It looks like they're taking some things that are in 5M RP and implementing a few things. I hope they add more interiors. As someone who enjoyed SAMP RP and RP across the other GTA games as well, it's nice to see some of the extra stuff from Red Dead possibly make it into the next GTA. Wow, Hugo, your abs feel so good. Come lay in bed, sexy. Sorry, no Stacy today. This is why she can't be here, because of stuff like that. Do you think Rockstar will implement dedicated servers for the next GTA Online, or stick with the cloud and not being able to change game settings like you could in GTA 4 multiplayer? Also, I was hopeful after the launch, if GTA 5, they would put out DLC for Las Venturas or San Fierro. Maybe I'm a bit too hopeful. C-dubs. Thank you, C-dubs. I don't know anything about online games and how they work or any of that stuff. Speaking of clouds, as long as we don't get stuck in the clouds like we used to all the time, but I guess they fixed that in 5, so it shouldn't happen in 6. Yeah, I don't know about any DLC for any new areas. Seems like whatever areas they're going to make are going to be in the base game, and then we're just going to live with it. Like with GTA 5. Well, I mean, I guess they added the Cayo Perico Island or whatever, which is a bunch of nothing from what I remember. I only played it very briefly. But yeah, I don't think we could get anything that exciting. But thank you for the email, friend. Appreciate it. All right, that's it for emails. Let's get to the phone calls.
All right, let's go to the phones. Hello, caller. You're on Chatterbox.
Hey, Hugo. Clay Doggy. You were talking about the radio on this week's podcast, which everybody should love GTA's radio, right? I'm a big fan myself. My favorite, I guess you could say, era of GTA is the 3D era, 3 Vice City San Andreas, and the stories and all that. Amazing radio, love it all day. I'm going to have an unpopular opinion on this one. 3 and Vice City, if you listen to their radio stations, which I'm sure everybody here has a billion times, 3 and Vice City, it was clean radio. There wasn't any swearing or anything like that. And they introduced that into San Andreas. So like all the gangster rap songs and everything like that. To me, I think they kind of like, it lost that sense of, I'll just call it realism, to where that kind of stuff wouldn't be allowed on a regular radio in the real world. So they put it into San Andreas and then on out. And it kind of took away from that realism, if you ask me. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Like I said, unpopular opinion. People are going to be like, whatever, you prude, shut up. And it's like, I'm not saying that. Like, it's not evil that you're putting swear words into a game. But it's like, to me, the radio was a little more authentic when it didn't happen. I don't know. What do you think about that? Also, shout outs to Stacy, your new email reader. Way to sexually harass Hugo in front of all of his fans on a public internet podcast. You can get sued for that, lady, just because he got big cojones, man.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Clay Doggy, for the call. Appreciate it. I like the profanity kept in the songs. I would be disappointed if they censored them. I do understand what you're saying about how it being more realistic to radio with them being censored. I think in San Andreas, the Tupac song at the end, he says, fuck you to the, Oakland Police Department, fuck you to this, fuck you to that. I think Julio G mentions, I got the uncensored version of that. I hope I don't get in trouble or something like that, which I thought was pretty cool. Maybe I made that up in my head. I have no idea. That sounds like something that happened. But anyway, I like the profanity. Keep it in. I understand what you mean, but yeah, I want to hear all the profanity, please. All the fucks and sucks and dicks and bitch and shit and all that stuff.
Hello, Hugo. This is our Orange Kid speaking. I got a couple of observations I wanna share with you. Have you ever noticed GTA San Andreas might be the most ethical GTA game when it comes to anti-drug theme? In GTA Vice City, Tommy deals drugs. In GTA Vice City stories, Victor has a brother who deals drugs, and then he deals drugs himself and dies. In GTA 4, Nico deals some drugs, I think. Even in GTA 5, Franklin and Lamar, the family members, try to deal some cocaine with a bolo dope pusher. On the other hand, Carl Johnson is very against hard drugs. He tolerates grass and psychedelics based on his friendship with the Truth. The Truth is also a drug dealer, but he mostly deals in grass and some Nepalese monga monga. In the game, he blows up the Ye factory and destroys Big Smoke's drug empire. So do you think GTA San Andreas has like the most high ground above other GTAs? I still can't understand why they tolerate riders' PCP sticks. The man has lost his mind. You can see this in the pizza place incident with his "It ain't me, fool." I understand why they keep him around, he's their friend. But why does he do the gang's business? He is always wasted. If it wasn't for CJ, he would have been gunned down by the man with shotgun in Home Invasion. Alright, the second observation. Do you think Johnson's family is rich, like it's ghetto rich, like not not like it's affluent, but compared to other houses, their home is quite large. It has 2 stories. Beverly must have paid some insane taxes on it. Alright, I talked all that shit about Ryder, but he's still better than Sweet.
Yes.
Even when wasted on PCP, he gets shit done. He was part of Big Smoke's organization. So it is official. Sweet is more useless than a PCP addict. Alright, it's been nice talking to you. See you on YouTube.
Thank you, Sour Orange Kid, for the message that he emailed because he couldn't call. So you can do that as well. Email talkinggta69@gmail.com and record your message and just send it over. We'll play it like a phone call. But anyway, thank you, Sour Orange Kid, for the call. As far as the drug dealing and stuff in San Andreas, I agree. It's CJ does not seem like he's for any kind of hard drugs, any kind of yay or any of that stuff. That's why whenever I'm doing courier, I always say, well, this thing that he's throwing is not like cocaine. This cloud that you see come up is not a powdered cocaine cloud. What somebody once suggested to me is it's the steam from hot food. He's just delivering food, and I like that idea because it wouldn't make sense. Yeah, CJ goes around saying over and over again about how, you know, the you yay dealer, you're so trash if you sell drugs, blah 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 blah. So I couldn't imagine he just automatically becomes some kind of trafficker or a drug delivery person just for a quick buck. Other people have suggested that he's only against it when it impacts his homies. That's when he's against crack and stuff like that. So that could be the case, but I do, when he's destroying these drug factories and stuff like that, I think he's just against the stuff because it's bad for his homies, bad for everybody, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird kind of dynamic. As far as the Johnson family having money, yes, I agree. It doesn't make sense to me because, yes, CJ's mom's house is humongous. I mean, humongous. Like, the inside isn't all that big, but from the outside, it looks like 4 houses put together. It's huge. And then they got this huge house, but apparently it's not good enough for Sweet to live in, so he gets a whole house of his own 2 doors down. So I don't know where all the money came from, and then CJ had enough money to fly off to the other side of the country, live there for a while, and then fly home when needed to. I mean, Sweet complains about stealing money for shoes or for an operation for moms, but yeah, they got all this house money and stuff, and he had enough money to buy a second car of the same kind. I don't know if that was because he got the insurance money, but I don't know. Yes, where they're like money comes from is interesting. Maybe Sweet was in on this fucking dope business and he just wanted to hide it from CJ. You know what I mean? And that's how they got all the money to buy. But obviously they grew up in that house with mom, so that doesn't work. But it could. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, it's a good point. Thank you, Sour Orange Kid, for the call. Appreciate it. All right, so that's it for this week. Fun stuff. Thank you for all the emails and calls. Appreciate it. Let's keep it going next week. Give us a call, 1-818-691-5807. Leave a message, or you can send your message text or voice format to talkinggta69@gmail.com. This podcast can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many other platforms as well. If you did discover this podcast through Spotify or something, come check us out, the rest of our community, on Twitch 5 days a week, usually 5:30 p.m. Eastern. I am live, twitch.tv/Hugo_1, or just watch these videos on YouTube. Hugo1 streams, Hugo1 shorts. I'm on TikTok because I'm hip and with it, Hugo_1_Mang. I also want to shout out all the members on YouTube, Mr. Hypnotic, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Awat Bacon, Searwit, Fanny, Jonathan, Zach, Lucas, Katsune, and True Forever. Thank you, as always, friends. Thank you to all the Twitch subs as well. Shout out to them. Hang with us on Twitch if you want. If not, watch on YouTube. Otherwise, keep on listening. Send us an email. Send us a phone call. Thanks for listening. I will talk to you guys next week. Peace.